Hey guys, welcome to Mam Talks. And today all you get is Jan, me. You can also talk to Kathy who's shooting
I'm
the
here,
video.
I'm here. You just can't see me.
No, but she's here. Today we just wanted to talk a little bit about gardening because that's become my new favorite thing to do.
And you have a beautiful garden, by the way.
Thank you. Unfortunately, this is the end of the summer, beginning of the fall, and it's a little tired looking, just like me. And so it's not as prolific as it could be.
It's still beautiful, and when we're done, we'll
Thank
take a
you.
little visual tour for everyone.
Thank you. I love it. But I've learned, being a beginner, I've learned some important points that I wanted to share with you.
Please do.
I will. Number one, I think, and I didn't know any of this, I think it's really important to know what zone you're in.
Do we know what zone we're in here?
This is a 9B zone.
What's the B?
There's a 9A and a 9B, and each increment of zones is like 10 degrees. They measure it according to your coldest winter temperature, and they say that our coldest winter temperature is around 25 degrees. So the next one up would be a little warmer. In other words, their coldest temperature might be 30 degrees. And that's how they, and the zones go anywhere from 1A to 13, which is the Sahara Desert, I guess.
Where we are sometimes feeling like we are.
Yes. But that's how, and it's really important because I have, in the way past, I've purchased things like fuchsias that don't do well in the heat. They don't do well in this zone. So it's really important to know what zone you're in.
Know your zone.
Know your zones. And Santa Clarita, for the most part, is a 9B. Not
Thank
a shoe
you for
size,
that.
A 9B. Let's see. Oh, and there's a few more interesting tidbits on zones.
Please share.
Our zone, 9B, the average first frost is November 21st to the 30th. And of course, that's a killer for plants. Like these cannas, first frost, they will turn black like within 3 days.
Oh,
And we cut them. You have to cut them all the way to the ground.
wow.
Because they're done as soon as
It's a
they
lot of
freeze.
work.
Yeah, because they're big. That one's like 6 feet tall. And then the usual last frost is in March, like before the 31st of March. So, which is after that is when you want to start planting your new stuff.
Do you pay attention to all that? All the zones and all the information?
Oh yeah, I
See,
do.
I'm so bad. I
I've
figure I'm
learned the hard
planting
way.
you, grow or don't.
Yeah, no, I've learned the hard way.
That's good.
Yeah, and that's that is really important. The second most important thing I've learned is to know what your individual plant requirements are. So, like, I made a mistake. I was planting a pot of herbs, and I planted a rosemary with a basil. Don't want to do that because rosemary likes to be dry. They don't like wet roots. Basil likes to be in a moist soil. They do like to be wet. So obviously it didn't work out, and the basil kicked off.
Man,
so now I have
you really
all individual. They're all an individual.
you have to
pots
know
now.
a lot to get things to grow properly.
Yeah, well, it's easy stuff though once you know.
Right.
So you gotta pay attention to what what zone they grow in, and usually the tags will tell you this is good for zone 9B. You can even
Right.
go up a zone if you've got like a secluded area or a shaded area or whatever. You can go up a zone or two up. If you go down, you're getting into a colder area, which isn't good, especially for us out here. The third thing I wanted to talk about was how much I've learned online. There's so much good information out there, and I suggest you take advantage of it. One of my favorite, I don't know how I got hooked up with this, but one of my favorite sites, both for YouTube and on Facebook, is a site called Garden Answer. And
Just gardenanswer.com,
Garden
or
Answer,
is that
yeah,
a YouTube?
You can, what?
Is that a YouTube?
Either one.
Oh, so gardenanswer.com.
And there's a group on Facebook as well, Garden
Oh,
Answer.
There you go.
And you can at Garden Answer, you can type in.
Right.
And this gal, her name's Laura. They live in Eastern Oregon, and they garden in a Zone 5, so it's a little bit different. But I've learned so much from that website.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I suggest use your resources.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely use the resources. So that's my tips for today.
Well, that's very cool. So I'm going to just kind of do a visual on all of your stuff. And I might have a couple questions here or there because I don't know all of my plants because I'm really
Of course you
bad. Look
don't.
how pretty this is.
No.
Yeah, of course you don't. So what are these things called that you have in
I'm a
different
plant
colors?
geek. Those are cannas.
Cannas. They're very pretty and you have them in different colors.
And they will really spread out, which is sometimes not a good thing. But
And I love how cute you decorated this over here. Look at this, everybody.
my
You've
little
got this
wagon.
little, looks like a little fairy garden. You need to have little miniature fairies in here. You do. Oh, look
Actually,
how
that's not the
cute.
way the wagon is supposed to be.
Oh, I like it like that.
It's supposed to be. I'm planning on actually planting
So
stuff in it.
cute. And then you have the whole thing bordered here with like almost like a
That's
river
my
rock.
dry riverbed.
There's no water running in it. Don't see that.
No,
And then
hence
you
the
have a
word
lot of
dry.
you have a lot of hanging stuff. That's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And I also love another little area and I see lemons and limes.
I have 20 limes on my little tree.
How exciting.
Yeah, and I only have about 5 lemons. They're not. Yeah, I see 5.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I got herbs, of course.
Well, this has been awesome.
It's fun. Well, that's about the size of it. So be sure to subscribe to Mam Talks and give us your comments if you have any questions about Mam Talks or about gardening. Let us know. And remember to always embrace getting older.
And I'm going to add real quick our website, www.mamtalks.com, YouTube, Ms. Mam Talks, share, subscribe, and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. We're just Mam Talks is everywhere.
Yeah, so you can, when you're checking out Garden Answer, you can check us out.
There you go. Bye, everybody.
Bye.